Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Tricky Jim. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, hello, hello. God, it feels so good to be back. It feels so good to be in this new studio. I cannot express to you the absolute euphoric feeling of going live in a studio space with heating and air conditioning. I cannot express. It's warm in here. It feels great. It's 70 degrees. That's right. This is a first, and it feels magical. Oh my God, I've been honestly, I've been doing a lot to get this space ready to stream. And it's still a mess. It's still a mess, but I mean, like, there's a lot going on here. That's why I got the wide cam, because like you can kind of get an idea of like what I'm doing. As you can see, cable management is kind of my passion. Really though, okay, it's as managed as it can possibly be with the amount of crap that I have going on. So I'm gonna show you real quick. I'm gonna go take that camera right there, and I'm gonna give you a little look around, to give you an idea of what we're dealing with here. But like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I cannot express to you how excited I am about all this, and so thankful for all you guys and for the patience and grace you've extended to me while I embark on like getting all this figured out. It's not all figured out quite yet, but I have done so much in the last like 4 days. Honestly, I feel like I got hit by a truck because like I've been moving heavy crap all by myself. I've been climbing up ladders to like wire cables through like insulation and drop ceiling crap. It's just, oh my God. It's just, yeah, I've been working nonstop on this for the last like few days. So it's a lot. What's up, Swizzerton with the 2,000 bits? I've got some thanks to give out. Thank you so much, Swizzerton with the 2,000 bits. Jenny Coates with the sub and the 35 months. Lundylicious with the prime sub. She Row You with that tier 1 sub in the 58 months. King Jester with the 36 months. Nick Rosie. Pedrix. Horsey, McCurry DeGooey, Spike Owens. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I also have you know that I'm very excited. This is the first mouse that I've ever owned that cost more than $20. I finally am retiring that old piece of crap that I had. The final straw for me, okay, was that it would just the signal would just keep going out, like in and out. Because it was like one of those little USB ones. So like, no, this one was $80. Okay, this is an $80 Bluetooth mouse. Okay, and it's I could tell you the difference in quality between a $20, the $20 Logitech and the $80 Logitech. It's quite significant. This is the first mouse. Because in my mind, a mouse should only ever cost $20. You should never spend more than $20 on a mouse. But finally, what did it for me is that the connection just kept getting like going out, and I was like, that I cannot deal with that. So I need a Bluetooth one for sure, I guess. But anyways, here I want to show you guys around and show you what we got going on here in the studio. So give me 1 second. Let me cut to the wide cam. The situation that I'm trying to get cooked up here is that eventually everything is just going to be set up and like plug and play and ready to go. And I won't ever have to like mess with cameras again because they're all just going to be where they're supposed to be. Like this camera right here is mounted to my desk. There's like a whole rack mounted to my desk now. So like I can have the face cam just like perpetually there, and I don't have to switch between like, I don't have to ever, because the way that I used to do it is when I was doing like a 2-shot on like my guest table, I would switch that with like my face cam, and it just took a lot of effort like moving the cameras back and forth. So now I just want to have everything just set up so that it never has to move, except for when I have to move it. Thank you, Sticky Bandit, for that gifted sub. Thank you guys for the hype train. Yo, you guys are magical and amazing. Thank you so much. Let's take a little tour, shall we? All right, you can still hear me a little bit. All right, I shouldn't try to do this with a beer in my hand, but we're gonna put that down. Okay. Let's see, I'm looking through the eyes of the chatters right now. All right, so this is the new studio space, as you can see. All right, so take a look at that. That is my graffiti wall. I hired a graffiti artist to come and paint it, and I'm really excited about how it turned out. Originally, I had not like planned on him doing Pokemon because I didn't know if he would be able to like do the characters, right? So really, I was just kind of hiring him to do the lettering. And I'd seen some work that he'd done on Instagram, and that ended up being like a huge endeavor over the course of the last few weeks. His tag is Melanated King Yoga on Instagram. He goes by Yoga. And he has painted he has painted in all 48 lower states. I mean, he's traveled all around the country doing his graffiti and tagging places and all of that. So it was really cool to meet up with him and just chat with him about, you know, kind of the life of a traveling artist like that. And, you know, I put him up in an Airbnb for a few days, for like 4 or 5 days. And he and his wife and his daughter came and we're staying there in Akron with him while he worked. He's from Columbus, or he's living in Columbus currently, but he kind of like just migrates around and does his art. And it was a really cool experience. So huge props to Melanated King Yoga on Instagram, and he did an incredible job with that. Just absolutely blown away at how cool and awesome it turned out, especially with like the Pokemon and the Elekid, the coffin, the shiny coffin. Oh yeah, just like couldn't be more pleased with that. So that is like an absolute, like, I'm just blown away. I'm just dream come true over there. Yeah. So then we've also got. See, I told you it's a mess. Okay, it's a mess. I didn't want to show you guys all this crap over here because it's not done yet. All right, it's none of this is done yet. All right. He also did one of his, he did his tag over there, which I thought was really cool on like the grimy wall. But yeah, none of this stuff is done yet. I got to put my stuff away. I mean, look at that. It's just a mess, but it'll get done. See, I have shelves and everything. I just got to put it away on the shelves, but I just haven't quite gotten there yet. So that's my heating and air conditioning. Look at that unit, dude. Look at that. Just look at that. Look at the unit. Look at that. Look at all that heating and air conditioning I'm getting. It's really, it's magnificent. Yes. Really excited about that. But yeah, all right, let's take a look at the rig that we got going on here. All right, see. Hold on, I'm going to get a different angle. All right, this is like the command center angle. Check this out. So you could see like exactly what I see when I'm sitting and like getting ready to produce. I mean, like this is nuts. I've got everything I could possibly want here. I've got my switcher right here, right? So I could switch back and forth between my cameras. So like that's just as easy as dialing up the keys here. Now, unfortunately, I'm going infinite right now. This camera's a little hot, a little overexposed right now, but it's fine. I'm gonna let that go. This one looks nicer. But anyways, you can see I've got my switcher right here. I could call down to the remote cam. I've got the remote right here. That's right here. Like this is my remote, and this is like my feed of all the different cameras that I have hooked up to my switcher right now. This is the switcher. I don't have I no longer have my foot pedal. That's like the only L in all of this is that the foot pedal that I programmed to sync up to my old switcher, this switcher is way too complex to have like a MIDI input controlling it. So like that's a thing of the past. I'm no longer going to be able to control the shots with my feet. Dang it. But other than that, everything is just a strict upgrade. And this switcher is like, I don't know, $5,000 nicer than the old one. So it's it's pretty hype. So we've got face cam. This is the point of view cam that I'm giving you guys right now. We've got the remote control cam, which I said I'm controlling just using this joystick here. The remote control camera downstairs, and you know, everybody's getting ready for League. That's what we're streaming tonight. I've got the Full Grip Games Standard League that I'm going to be commentating over, and this is the new Full Grip Games storefront down here, and you can see I can zoom in on whoever I want. You know, I've got infinite power down here. We could go see if we could find Heather. Let's see, is Heather over here? Probably. There's V. I don't see Heather. But yes, infinite power. So, very excited about that. There's Chase making a phone call. Chase getting ready for League. What's up, Chase? So yes, that's very exciting. And then that's the feature match table. That table is this table right here. So I can cut, that camera right there. Boom, is that. So that's how we do it right there. And it all happens just like that. You need a microphone and a speaker to talk with that? I've got a microphone right here. I've got my walkie-talkie. Oh, yeah. I've got it all. We're ready to go. Yes, that's right, chatters. We've got it all. Yes, so the walkie-talkie is great because that allows me to be able to communicate with the folks downstairs about the tournament, and also I've got the walkie placed on the table right now. So if you see, there is my other walkie. Yes. So if anybody on stream is being naughty and makes an illegal play, I'm going to need you to go ahead and shuffle the deck before you draw your card for turn, please. Thank you. Yeah. So we've got that. That is all, man, that is all good to go. And easy peasy. And then I've got that mic. This mic should work downstairs. It should. Now I'm still kind of like working out the kinks with this. But all right, if I turn it on, I think last time I checked, I think that this microphone can reach all the way up here through the ceiling, because my studio is located directly above the tournament hall. Yes, directly above this. So I'm not actually that far away. I'm just like on a different floor. I'm just, you know, I'm like probably, I'm pointing the camera directly at me right now. I'm just like up there. Yeah. That's where my studio is kind of running, is like this length of like just straight back. That final kind of all of that. That's my studio. Is like the upstairs quadrant directly above the tournament hall. So anyways, let's see. Let's see if this microphone works. Now, real quick, I am going to, thank you, Dave, for that sub. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. I'm going to see if this mic works. So, like, if I click on my I'm going to show you guys. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Hi. I'm going to click the interview button on my Stream Deck, and that will switch me from this microphone to this microphone. But the transmitter. I don't know. Is this a receiver or a transmitter? I'm sorry. I don't know. It's not very intuitive. I feel like they both transmit and they both receive, but like it depends on what you're talking about. Anyways, the thing that receives the signal from this is downstairs, so it might not like work from up here, but we'll see. Check 1. Check 2. It does work. All right, so we can actually do a microphone check up here. Now this is coming through this microphone. And it looks like maybe it's a little soft. Is that true? Like the audio? It sounds like it's coming through a camera. Man, not from the mic. It has to be coming through this mic. Hold on. All right. Well, I have to figure that out. Like I said, I haven't quite gotten this all figured out yet. I'm communicating from a tin can. Ah, okay. See, this is why we do mic checks. All right, so that was not coming through here. So there's still more to be. So why is that not working? Anyways, all right. Thank you, Tony B, for that gifted sub. I appreciate you. Still figuring out how to do the interview with the microphone. I'm not going to lie, that's like last on my list of logistics to get figured out, which is why we haven't quite figured it out yet. So I will figure that out. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I did kind of almost figure it out a couple of nights. Like I've got it, but I think with just the rewiring everything, like something got crossed up and is not working. So that's all good though, you know. If we don't do interviews down on the floor tonight, that's okay. It's really not the biggest deal. I really just want to hang out with you guys and chat. So I'm not going to worry about going downstairs for interviews. I'll get that figured out in the upcoming weeks. But we have the tech. So like we can do it. It's just not today. All right, we can do it. Tonight I'm working on a plum vanilla urban artifact. I've very much been enjoying the urban artifacts lately. They're very good. The monitor behind me is not a permanent. This thing moves. I don't know. This thing moves. This swivels. Yeah, this goes wherever I want it to go. So what's cool is that if say I'm doing like, because I got this new rig too, this thing that's above me. Hold on, I'll show you. So I got that rig up there, right? And if I'm doing like anything from top down, like a pack opening or a battle or whatever, I got the truss system. Yes. I got the truss system above me. So say like, you know, I'm going to do my battles right here. And then everything kind of swivels out of the way while I do that, right? Like this goes over here. All that stuff moves, right? You can kind of see all that stuff moves out of the way. I've been extra Static Shocky lately, so I don't know. I feel like I might be electrical, honestly. I feel like I Static Shock everything I touch. It's been a problem for like the last 5 months. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm generating electricity, but anytime I touch stuff, I get a little zap. So I think I static shocked the camera and then stopped working for a second. But anyways, looks like League has not quite started yet. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. But yes, so what I'm trying to show you guys is that this is the table that I'm going to be streaming tabletop games on, right? And me and my guest will be right here, and we'll be able to play and all that, just like in the old studio, same thing. I'll be on the other side of the table now. That's true? Oh, that's crazy. Yes. Things have switched. I'm going to be on a different side of the table now. Yes, I hadn't quite figured that out yet, but yes, I will be on a different side of the table. That's funny. Yeah. Because of the way the studio is lined up. Like, I'm going to be on the different side of the studio now. I'm going to be on the different side of the table now. It's still like, it still feels the same to me. It actually feels better this way. But it, and with the way that the studio is laid out, like, it makes the most sense for my guest to be over there. But yeah, so that's the thing. And then if I'm doing like my pack openings, right? So like if I'm doing a pack opening or whatever, it's just as easy as like I've got my monitor right here so that I can, see you guys while I'm opening cards and doing all that. And I'm gonna be able to do that right here. So that's yeah, I've put a lot of thought into all this and getting it all like rigged up and working smoothly. Getting everything wired was crazy difficult. And is honestly just been like so exhausting. Champions League? What? Like for Alligator won. Isn't that cool? And like all the wall decks. Heck yeah, dude. That rules. Yeah, for Alligator, wall decks are in, folks. Wall decks are in. How cool is that? I think that's cool. Yeah, I mean, the thing about wall decks is they're always just a meta call. So like they're a response to the way that decks are being built right now. But all you have to do is like change the way that you build decks to accommodate for the wall decks. So like wall decks being popular doesn't bother me at all, because it's just like you just build your deck to deal with it, right? Like literally just counter it, right? Just counter it. And it's not a problem. So let's see. I am kind of League's almost getting started. I am kind of excited to talk about between rounds. We can kind of chat about. Did you see the new cards from Heat Wave Arena? Dude, I think there's finally a good fighting Pokemon. I think they finally made a good fighting Pokemon. Really. Ugh. With the Cynthia's Garchomp. Right? I mean, it seems nuts. Oh yeah, I gotta pull up YouTube as well. Sorry, YouTubers, if any of you said anything, I haven't seen it yet, because I forgot that I dual stream now. So I'm sorry. I didn't forget about you, YouTubers, but I did kind of forget about you for just a minute. I forgot about you for just a minute. But now we're so here. So I'd like to extend a special hello to all the YouTube viewers who are watching on YouTube right now, because I've got your chat pulled up, so now I can read it. Wonderful. Okay. And then, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the new cards. Oh my God, they're so good. Ah! There we go. Yeah, dude, the new cards are crazy. Look at this. Cynthia's Garchomp EX. Isn't it just magnificent? Wow. What a powerful Pokemon card. Aren't you just in awe of its power? Aren't you just blown away the fact that they printed a seemingly good fighting Pokemon? I don't know. Do you guys think Cynthia's Garchomp EX is like legit good, or do you think it's gonna be like Greninja EX good, like not actually good? Cynthia's Garchomp EX got 2 attacks. First attack, Corkscrew Dive. Excuse me. Draw until you have 6 cards in your hand, 100 damage, 1 energy, and then Dragon Blaster, 260 damage, discard all energy from this Pokemon. But you've also got the Cynthia's Roserade, which increases damage dealt by your Cynthia's Pokemon by 30. So that means that you could hit 160 for 1 if you have 2 Roserade set up. You could hit 320 for 2. There's possibilities. Certainly seems really neat. And then Champion's Call on the Gabite allows you to search your deck for Cynthia's Pokemon once during your turn. So I mean that's hype, right? Oh yeah, and it can have like a ton of HP, right? Oh, because you've got this Cynthia's Power Weight. Yeah, you could literally give it 400 hit points. That just seems ridiculous, right? That seems insane. So, yeah, that seems crazy. Looks like League is getting started. Hopefully they didn't forget to put a feature match on. Oh, looks like Heather. All right, yeah, Heather, please put a feature match on. Heather, who's my feature match? There's nobody down there. All right. Let's see what we got going on downstairs. Woohoo! Feature match. All right, we got last week's winner, Zach Pra. And an opponent I do not recognize. Very good, very good. This is our standard League night at Full Grip Games that I'm going to be commentating over tonight. Very excited about that. I've got Gym Leader Challenge League nights that I'm going to be commentating over tomorrow. So that's what we got on the agenda. Now, once I get the studio kind of like up and rolling and like everything. Did Zach Pra just steal one of my dice and throw it? No. Okay. Once I get everything kind of like up and rolling, I'd like to go live like a solid hour or a little more before League night so that we can just like kind of chat and mess around and talk about new cards, talk about whatever, you know. Just chit chat, just let's chatting for like an hour. Think about like the best part of my old streams back before I used to turn on TCG Live. We're going to do that, okay? And then like instead of going to TCG Live, we're going to go to watch the tournament together. That's where it's going to be the pregame show, and then we're going to go into the show. But I'm still very much kind of like figuring everything out. So like, and some nights I might even go live 2 hours before. You know, I'm give us if there's more to talk about and more to do, I'll give myself even more time to go live before the tournaments. It's just that there's a lot that I'm still figuring out. Okay, so like I'm not quite there yet. As you can see, I'm still getting all this figured out. Okay, let's go. We've got round one of the Full Grip Games League tournament happening right here, right now. Let's see what exciting matchup awaits us. We've got last week's winner, Zach Pra, on the left, and Jesse Lynch on the right. Zach Pra giving their opponent a big old shuffle cut right here. Now, Zach Pra is a self-proclaimed Raging Bolt fanatic. Big Raging Bolt fan. Oh no, Zach was not giving a shuffle cut. Zach was shuffling their own deck. I apologize. I'm sorry. They were just doing a really deep shuffle of their own deck. All right. Dude, Eric Ridgway talking to both chats. That's that's hype, honestly. Both Twitch and YouTube. Yes, when I say pregame, I mean pregame. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. All right, let me fix this overlay real quick. All right, round one of the Full Grip Games League Tournament is underway. Zach Pra on the left, last week's winner, playing Raging Bolt yet again. No surprise if you watched last week. Zach Pra has been tearing it up at locals with Raging Bolt, has won maybe 4 or 5 league cups locally, all with Raging Bolt, has won multiple Full Grip tournaments with Raging Bolt, and Zach will probably not put it down until they have to. And then on the right, we've got Jesse Lynch. I don't know anything about Jesse Lynch yet, so excited to watch Jesse play and see what he has brought to the table for us. There we go. Jesse opens with a Pheasantipity EX, and it's got Fan Rotom. So can use that Fan Call ability to go search for 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 hit points or less. We've got 2 Hoot and a Noctowl. Nice full art Noctowl. Very cool. Yeah, and thank you, Trainer Joe, for that sub. Sorry if I missed you earlier. Just John PTCG wants to know, am I a cat or a dog person? I am a cat person, and the reason why is because I feel like I'm too busy for a dog, and it makes me feel guilty. So I don't feel guilty about owning a cat because, they're kind of loners, and I have enough physical and emotional energy and time to take care of a cat. But with a dog, I just am way too busy, and I would feel bad for not being able to take care of the dog as well as I would hope. Thank you, Mr. Incredible, for that sub in the 38 months. All right. Pheasantipity EX active was not able to move that out of the active spots. That could spell trouble for Jesse as Zach is cooking with the Raging Bolt deck. We've got a Squawkabilly EX hitting the bench, a pair of Raging Bolts, Earthen Vessel, more Earthen Vessel, getting energy into the discard pile, and then I'm suspecting that we're going to see a Squawk and Seize. And with the Squawk and Seize, Zach is going to be digging for a Sada's Vitality. If Zach finds a Sada's Vitality, that's an easy one-hit KO of Pheasantipity EX. So, I mean, that's, the pressure is kind of mounting very quickly for Jesse. And we've seen these kinds of games. It is very easy to get to a point where you're just kind of too far behind early on when playing against Raging Bolt, especially if you're giving up 2 prizes like this so early on in the match. Zach deciding whether or not to bench that 3rd Raging Bolt and ultimately opts to. Zach was also discarding a Night Stretcher, so maybe that played into the decision. Does Zach find Asada's Vitality? Yes, but will opt to Trek first. And I think found Boss's Orders off the Trek. And we'll decide to ditch the Boss's Orders, finds another Night Stretcher. Yo, thank you, Kyle, for the sub and the 48 months. And yes, if you would like to have a chance to see the new shop and the new stage setup and all of that, we've got a huge $4,000 cash doubleheader event happening here at Full Grip Games at the end of March to celebrate the release of Journey Together. As our Journey Together doubleheader weekend, $3,000 up for grabs on March 29th as players compete in a release weekend Journey Together post-rotation standard event. And on Sunday, March 30th, we have a $1,000 cash Gym Leader Challenge event featuring the new cards from Journey Together. This will be the first major tournament where Journey Together is legal for play, as it is happening on release weekend, and will be a opportunity for players to see those cards in action and for players to pilot them before they can anywhere else. So really excited about that. I'm going to be commentating the events with Riley Hulbert, who is going to be joining me to co-cast the events. I'm very excited that he's making the trip out. Should be a ton of fun. If you can make the trip, it would be lovely to have you. But for everybody else, just make sure to tune in Saturday and Sunday, March 29th and March 30th. All right, now that my ad spot is done, Zach Praw ready to blow up this Pheasantipity EX. 210 damage, and Jesse starting on the back foot here. Immediately will Night Stretcher for the Pheasantipity EX back and flip the script to draw 3 cards. I'm curious to see what strategy Zach is going for. I see a sparkling crystal in his hand. Going for Pokestop. Ooh, is this a Ogerpon box style deck? I saw the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon just got discarded off of the Pokestop. There is a Night Stretcher in Jesse's hand, so maybe the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon gets benched so that Jesse can use the Noctowl to go get 2 trainers out of the deck. Oh, there is also the Itchy Pollen Badoo. But at this point, like, item lock, is that really going to do anything? I mean, this Raging Bolt deck is kind of completely set up, right? So, not exactly sure how much that is going to be doing. But this is what we got going on. Jesse is going to use Noctowl, and now that there's a Terra Pokemon in play, he can use Noctowl's ability to go search out 2 trainers from the deck, put into his hand. He's going to get Nest Ball and Counter Catcher. And there is the Area 0 Underdepths, so now both players can have up to 8 bench Pokemon. And oh boy, here's Pikachu EX. Okay, is this... Wow, this is something, huh? I guess maybe with Crispin Is Jesse trying to power up Pikachu EX? And then with like the Sparkling Crystal, is Jesse trying to use Pikachu EX's attack for just 2 energy with Crispin? Is that what's going on right now? Huh. All right, here comes another Noctowl. 2 more trainers. It looks like Jesse wants Crispin and Nest Ball. Nest Ball can go get Latios or Latias EX. Yeah, apparently Tord played a similar deck to the Champions League. That's very cool. And then with Crispin can go search out 2 energy from the deck, attach 1, put the other to hand. I mean, this is a knockout. I mean, yeah, Jesse's already got the crystal in hand, and Zach, won't be able to knock out this this Pikachu in 1 hit because of the Pikachu's ability. So this is kind of hilarious. Here we go. I mean, Jesse's got the whole combo cooked up. We're womboing and comboing. Here we go. Pikachu EX, Sparkling Crystal, free retreat thanks to Latias EX, and boom, here we go. Pikachu EX, blammo, 300 damage, Raging Bolt's goner. And we're all tied up. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Zach's still in a very favorable position so long as they can stream attacks and maybe dodge the Pikachu, right? Because you don't actually want to swing into the Pikachu with its Resolute Heart ability. So hitting Prime Catcher this turn would be really good. And then maybe finishing the game with the boss's orders. Zach will have plenty of draw available, right? I mean, we've got the Teal Mask Ogerpon. We've got Radiant Greninja. Since there's an Area 0 Underdepths in play, Zach can bench Pheasantipity EX as well. There we go. Concealed cards for a draw of 2. I think Zach just pulled a boss's orders. Decided to promote the Teal Mask Ogerpon. So kind of banking on finding the Prime Catcher and not really going for the boss play. So even though Zach has the boss, it's not really going to be very effective here. Unless Zach also has Switch. Oh, and Zach does have Switch card in hand. So actually can still go for that boss's orders play. And with the energy retrieval, can just actually get 2 grass. And can use Teal Dance twice and get enough energy into play in order to take a knockout with Raging Bolt. So I expect to see Zach target down that Pheasantipity EX again and take 4 prizes on the same Pheasantipity EX over the course of 2 turns. It's kind of nasty, but that's just the way it is. I mean, Zach's got all the cards in hand to do exactly that right now. Oh my gosh, and the Lost Vacuum. Being able to lost out. Oh my gosh, the Lost Vacuum. Yeah. Being able to vacuum that Sparkling Crystal is also going to be devastating for Jesse. Any momentum that Jesse has just built up is pretty much getting vanquished here. Boss's orders, yep. And just as I thought, Pheasantipity EX coming up. Zach's got Switch Cart and the Lost Vacuum, and I can't think of a better card to use the Lost Vacuum on than that Sparkling Crystal. Just making sure that that Pikachu doesn't fire off another cheap attack, right? Is Zach going to decide to just play the Pokegear? Look at the top 7. Choose a supporter. And Zach will take Iono off of the gear. And then still just curious to see if Zach decides to play the Lost Vacuum. I imagine you just kind of slam that. Yeah, get rid of the Earthen Vessel, right? And I guess Zach does have to kind of consider their hands and... You know, right now it's kind of just Iono. I still think it's Corrective Vacuum. And it looks like Zach opting to use Earthen Vessel. But there's only 1 energy. I think Zach wanted to Earthen Vessel maybe and get 2 energy. But there's only 1 energy in the deck. And Zach can't attach it yet. I think Zach really just wants a card to wants a card to vacuum away. But nothing in this hand feels good. Ironically, I think the best card to vacuum away was the Pokegear, but then Zach used it. And then it became Iono, which is less good to vacuum away. I just would have liked to see Zach use the vacuum on the Pokegear for sure. Because what? The Pokegear got Iono, and then like the Iono got discarded for an energy, and now there's nothing good to vacuum away, right? So yeah, absolutely would have liked to see that vacuum go to the Pokegear, but the Night Stretcher is probably fine. Zach's got a phenomenal hand, and I expect Zach to win the game next turn, so shouldn't really be an issue. But but you know, we're talking about a player who's won, you know, a handful of League Cups with this deck, so you know, I am. It's a little nitpicky, but we're saying Zach is playing this deck at a high level, and so yeah, you know, if Zach watches this back, I want them to know that maybe slight optimizations that could be made. But we see right now, Zach's got the Prime Catcher in hand off of those prizes, and with the Sawdust Vitality already, then that's game right there. I mean, Latios EX sitting there on the bench, Wellspring Mask Ogerpon sitting there on the bench, and we can see how playing a deck like this can be very enticing, right? I mean, it's so nice to just be able to go 2, 4, 6 and just win the game 3 turns. That's all you need. 3 turns. Zach is set up to win this game in 3 turns. Wow. And then here goes Iono. Both players shuffle their hands, go to the bottom of the deck. Now, the one caveat about Zach's board is that Zach does not have Pheasantipity down, right? So Zach could very easily get stuck. But with that Iono, I don't expect Jesse to be able to formulate a great attack, right? I mean, like, what are we really doing here? When you Iono, you're not playing Crispin. Ooh, but there is the Blood Moon Ursaluna. Okay, here we go. Blood Moon Ursaluna can definitely get the job done. I see Zach has got a Nest Ball in hand, though. Perfect to go get that Pheasantipity EX if it's in the deck. Blood Moon Ursaluna going to be able to take a 1-hit KO for just 1 energy. And that is the last card in this hand. So Jesse going down to a 0-card hand. Blood Moon Ursaluna for the knockout. 240 damage. And Zach promotes Raging Bolt. Wow. Sada's Vitality off the top of the deck. It's Sada, Nest Ball, Pokestop. You can't make this up. That is just a perfect draw off the Iono. Nest Ball can go get Pheasantipity EX. And I highly suspect that this game is over. I mean, that's just it. Pheasantipity EX. Pokestop. Zach using the Pokestop first. Finds Pokemon Catcher and Energy Retrieval. Zach does not get to keep that. Zach Pra, you do not get to keep that charm. Put the charm down. Put the charm down. Thank you. It is no longer an item. Back in the day, tools were items, but they are no longer. See, aren't the walkie-talkies powerful, guys? Yeah, very powerful. The voice of God comes down. You're like, whoa, what did I do? All right, and Zach has got the Sada and the Energy Retrieval, and with the Sada and the Energy Retrieval, that is an easy one-hit KO for game. Right? Right? What happened to the Energy Retrieval? We got it. There we go. Okay. There's actually only... So since Zach could only Sada to just the Raging Bolt, that was only an acceleration of 1, right? Because there's only 1 bolt to accelerate to. But why was there only 1 bolt to accelerate to? Because didn't Zach put 3 down earlier? I don't know. Anyways, there's only 1 bolt to accelerate to, and then had to do the turn attach, and then ended up with only 3 energy in play with the Energy Retrieval. But anyways, Zach Pra got the dub. With the Prime Catcher and the Switch Cart, Zach was able to drag up the Latias EX on the bench and knock it out for 210 damage. Easy KO for game. So Zach will once again ascend to 1-0 here at the Full Grip Games League night. Can anybody stop? He put 3 down and 2 got KO'd. Oh yeah, you're right. Thank you, Shrek on YouTube. That's right. 2 of them did get KO'd. That's correct. That is what happened to them. They hit the discard pile. That's right. That's right. Can anybody stop Zach Pra with their Raging Bolt deck? Can anybody stop Zach with Raging Bolt? That's crazy. I can hear that chair. Can they hear me? Maybe the chair's just really loud. I doubt they can hear me. There's no way they can hear me down there. There is like a little tube in the corner of the room where the wires go down. But if they can hear me down there, I'll have to like put a little white noise machine or something. Natalie says they definitely can't. Well, it probably wouldn't even need that. If I just like put a little piece of foam in the tube, I wouldn't even need a white noise machine. Just a foam in the tube. Piece of foam would block any residual noise. I did hear the chair, but the chair is loud, right? So... No, not the headphones. That's ridiculous. That's preposterous. Oh, yeah, dude. The People's Champ is back, and he knows he's on TV, dude. He knows he's on TV. He's back, dude. The People's Champ from last week is back and ready to roll. Yeah. Sam. Jarrett's there too? Did we have a Jarrett sighting? Oh yeah, there's Jarrett. All right, very cool. Fran. Chase. George. God, I love it when people give me a little pose. That's so sick. That is so sick. All right. Anyways, let's talk about those new cards, okay? Because there's new cards. Or let's talk about, what do you guys want to talk about? Is there anything that you guys, anything that's on your guys' minds that you want to talk about? Jeremy on YouTube says, do I think Miraidon will do good after rotation? Well, what do we lose? Nothing? Yeah, it'll be good. Sure. Miraidon just won back-to-back majors. It loses Raichu. It loses Stone. It loses Raikou. That's all fine. Connor on Twitch says Miraidon hasn't been good since Flaffy rotated. Now that's crazy. Am I planning on playing in any majors? No. No. This is retirement, Jim. No, I'm a commentator now. Think like, you know, how like the NFL players will like retire and then just go to the casting booth. That's what we're doing here. I might go to NAIC. But, you know, I got a baby at home now and mouths to feed, and I'm not gonna be stressing out flying all over the world trying to chase some sort of like Pokemon glory while I've got my baby at home. Like, absolutely not. Will I ever consider ace specs or prism cards in GLC? Absolutely not. Would I ever do casting for regionals? No. I'm very content. I'm very content doing my own productions now. Yeah. Have I ever thought about streaming the events like Azul does? Well, Azul does that. So why, you know, I'm investing my time and energy into other areas this year, okay? I'm going to create YouTube videos that nobody else can make. I'm going to make some of the coolest, most inspired stuff possible. That's what I'm investing my time and energy into doing this year. I am not trying to just do anything that anybody else is doing. That's like, you know, which is one of the reasons I had to get out of TCG Live, and I also had to get out of TCG Pocket, because like, look at this studio that I have. Look at this stuff that I've got. Like, I shouldn't be booting up TCG Live when I've got this. Okay, I've literally got this stuff. Okay, I should never play TCG Live on stream. I should never play TCG Pocket on stream. I should just spend all of my days figuring out how to make the coolest crap possible with this. You know? That's what I'm saying. I got way too much cool stuff going on. I got this, dude. I got this. I should never play TCG Live again. I'm just producing stuff. I'm producing cool stuff every day, every week. That's what I'm working on now. I just want to produce stuff. I want to produce stuff that shows the screwdriver, the drill. So you're excited about the drill. Someone earlier said, oh no, the streamer had to do manual labor. I don't want to hear it from you, okay? Because I get down and dirty, all right. I do manual labor, all right. Don't even act like I got soft hands, okay? They're just a little soft. They're not that soft though. There are people with softer hands than me, all right. I own a drill and know how to use it, okay? Thank you 13 Snowy for that Prime sub in the 4 months. So yeah, so this year I want to this year I'm focusing on creating content that nobody else can make. That's and really asking myself, what is it that I want to bring to the Pokemon community that is special and different than what anybody else can bring, right? And part of that is me existing within the card shop at Full Grip Games, right? That's part of what makes this channel so cool, is that I have that direct relationship with the card store, and I have access to these tournaments. I have access to infinite cards. You know what's not special is booting up TCG Live or booting up TCG Pocket. Like, anybody with a computer can do that. So I don't want to waste any time. I literally just feel like I'm wasting time on those applications because anybody can do that. It's just like I'm just in this like crowded space of like anybody, you know what I mean? Like anybody could do that. And it's just a waste of the resources that I have to spend time doing that when I could be spending time doing cooler stuff that I like more, right? So that's where I'm at with that. And tomorrow, I am going to... Half the meta decks are broken right now anyway. And see what I'm saying? Like, I spent all day, like, getting this studio to a place where I'm going to be able to, like, really cook in here. But if I had spent all day, like, streaming, I wouldn't have gotten anything done. And I would have just been mad at TCG Live. And the thing is that was really starting to it was really starting to do negative things to my mental health, just like kind of booting up the game every day and feeling like I had to just boot up the game every day. It was like really bad for my mental health. It was also really bad for my enjoyment of the Pokemon franchise, like forcing myself to boot up a game that I didn't really like too much every single day. Like that it was really bad for everything. So you don't want to see streamer guy bummed out on stream every day doing the thing he doesn't want to do. That's not fun. That's not exciting. So this 2025 is gonna be sick. I'm really excited about it. All right, our next match getting underway. Check that out. Heather sporting the Tricky Jim hoodie. Absolute fashionista right there. If you would like one of your own, you can find them at trickygym.com. They're on sale still on holiday sale. Okay, here we go. Round number 2. Let's go. We've got Chase versus Austin. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Now, Jesse and JW are in EUIC right now, or in EUIC, in London for EUIC. You can't be inside EUIC. That's ridiculous. But yes. So from my testing group, that is who is attending. All right, looks like this match is getting started, folks. Let's get down to the table and see what's up. Round number 2, we've got Chase on the right versus Austin on the left. And I know Chase has been playing Dragapult lately, so we might get to see some Dragapult. And I know that Austin has been playing Ancient Box, so I actually got no idea how this matchup goes, but I'm anxious to see what happens. Both these players are quite good, so it should be a fun match to watch. And see what happens. Looks like they're waiting for the round to start. Really excited about the new owners Pokemon as well. All the Pokemon that have been revealed so far are just really cool. I can't wait to play more games with our post-rotation format too. Oh no, not this cam! Let's go. Round number 2 is underway. We've got Chase on the right with his Dragapult deck against Austin with Ancient Box. Dang it. I misspelled Chase's name. Chase's last name gets me every single time. It does. There we go. Fixed. Looks like Chase is going first. Starts off with a Nest Ball. Got a Dreepy in the active. Got a backup Dreepy. It's going to take a moment to check the prize cards. And Austin has a Roaring Moon in the active. Nice Cosmofoil Hollow from the Play Pokemon packs. And then Chase will bench Rotom V and Instant Charge, draw 3 cards. Austin starting off with Explorer's Guidance. Look at the top 7 cards. Keep 2, discard the rest. Or is it 6? I'm tripping. It's 6. Top 6 cards, 7 is Pokegear. Concealed cards, we'll take 2. And then we've got Koraidon in the hand. And Fluttermane. Fluttermane gets benched. And then it's just going to be Energy to Roaring Moon. And potentially a pass. Fable over on YouTube wants to know what color sleeves the player on the left is playing with. Those would be Dragon Shield Petrol matte sleeves. Recognize that color anywhere. I believe they are Dragon Shield Petrol. Now, Chase has an opportunity to pounce right here. If Chase can pull off the attack with Dragapult EX, that would put Austin in a really compromising position. Knocking out his only Roaring Moon, forcing up the Fluttermane. Turn 2 attack with Dragapult going first would be nuts. But first, Chase going to start with the Buddy Buddy Poffin. Get out another Duskull and a Dreepy. And then use Lance. Lance is definitely a card that will be missed. It is going to fall victim to rotation, unfortunately. But very strong in this deck right now, as it allows you to just go get your Dracloak and your Dragapults all out of the deck. Looks like Chase busted a sleeve. Chase, you could just take a sleeve out of your discard pile. You could just do that. Take a sleeve out of your discard pile and then replace it. Yeah. Anytime, and this is like a good teaching moment too, guys. If you bust a sleeve, at a tournament and don't have an immediate replacement, just replace it with a card from your discard pile, and then you can fix it between rounds. Like go to a vendor. So like it's a little pro tip there. That way you can just keep playing and you don't have to like disrupt the game, right? If you bust a sleeve like that. So that's something that you'll find yourself really wanting to do so that you don't disrupt the game. So there we go. Got our first Dracloak online. Not going to get the attack going this turn. Just going to be Dracloak City. It's another good question in the chat. Should he shuffle? No, because you don't actually, just because you tear a sleeve doesn't mean you reorder the deck. Don't reveal the card, right? Because the card was never revealed. The sleeve can be replaced without the card being revealed. Oh, it was revealed? Ah, well. You're not supposed to reveal it. Then maybe you're supposed to shuffle it, but oh well. Yeah, it was an accident. It was revealed by Austin? Well, Austin shouldn't have done that. Yeah, Austin should not have revealed it. That's certainly illegal, yes. So the penalty would go on Austin, not on Chase. But it's fine. Intentions were not malicious. So it looks like Austin still no Sada. I think we just saw another Explorer's Guidance. But that's okay. Actually, the preferred supporter, I think, since you want to get as many ancient cards in the discard pile as possible, and it doesn't really matter if you play Sada this turn because you've already got a Darkness Energy attached to your active. So, manual attachments will get that Roaring Moon ready to go with the Vengeance Fletching attack. And that Vengeance Fletching should take a knockout. And now, all of a sudden, Austin was looking at a very precarious board state and is stabilized now and should be feeling much better about his position. This active Dracloak is going down. Going to leave Chase with just a Dracloak with 1 energy and a Dreepy. But Chase does have those 2 Duskull looming on the bench. There we go. Vengeance Fletching for the knockouts. Austin taking the first prize of the match. And now the ball is in Chase's court. And what will he do? He's got double Dracloak. Use the ability, finds Dragapult EX. That's fantastic. And then finds Pheasantipity EX to draw even more cards. We've got the Psychic Energy onto the active Dracloak. And Chase kind of weighing whether or not to bench this Pheasantipity. It is an easy 2 prizes for the Raging Bolt deck. Or not the Raging Bolt, Roaring Moon. The Fez will go down. And Chase going to choose to vacuum, discarding Arven to get rid of the Pokestop. And Austin looking like he's preparing his hand for an Iono. Chase has not played the Iono yet. Is going to decide to Ultra Ball away to Arven, who needs it, to go get the Dusclops. And that is 3 Arven down. Ultra Ball away 2. Lost Vacuum away 1. And then there's the 4th Arven's in hand. Wow, all 4 Arven. That's crazy. And Chase is actually going to sacrifice the Dusclops to put 5 damage counters on the Fluttermane on the bench. Use Night Stretcher to bring back the Duskull, and then Iono to 4. So that is an interesting decision there. Does get Austin disrupted to a lower hand size. Chase able to find the Sparkling Crystal off of the Flip the Script. And wow, Austin gets put into Secret Box off of the Iono. So he will be able to play that and pretty much get exactly what he wants out of the deck. Chase is going to go Night Stretcher, bring back the Dusclops. Technically, I think... Well, no, that's the correct Duskull. Yeah. And then considering Counter Catcher on the Greninja, I like taking out the energy personally. Yeah, definitely just take out the energy. Phantom Dive for 2 prizes and then splits up the damage counters. Did Chase double attach? Yeah. That might be a call down, right? Was the Fire Energy on the bench before or after the Iono? He didn't double attach? I thought he did. He attached that last turn? Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Okay. So it was double fire, but that he didn't have the Psychic. That's right. He did just attach the Psychic this turn. Yes, but the first 2 turns of the game were fire. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Got it. We're good. So Austin has the Secret Box. And is playing out of this position. Tied ball game. Roaring Moon in the active spot. But what do you discard? You have to discard 3 other cards. That's the funny thing about watching your opponent try to play a Secret Box is like you see them with 4 cards like that and you're like, that's a Secret Box, 100%. It has to discard the Monkey and a Night Stretcher. Not exactly what you want to do. It's going to go get Sada, Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, Pokestop, and is considering Dark Patch? Yeah. So we'll choose Sada's Vitality, Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, Pokestop, and Dark Patch. Pokestop has got double Ultra Ball and Pokegear. But I feel like if Austin's going to play Sada's Vitality, yeah, Austin really wants to have another ancient Pokemon. So decides to bench the Roaring Moon EX. But will Austin be able to get that Roaring Moon EX into the active spot? I feel like the Roaring Moon EX bench is certainly very risky, but is there a better choice? Yeah, Nest Ball could get Pecharunt EX if there's a Pecharunt EX, but I don't see one in the deck. I don't. So either doesn't play it or it's prized. It just uses the Nest Ball to go get another Roaring Moon. Yeah, this is a very precarious position to be in. I don't even think that Austin has an energy to attack this turn. I mean, it's just Dark Patch, right? Oh my goodness. It seemed so powerful with the Secret Box, but like, yeah, I think the Secret Box discards were way too harmful. I mean, having to get rid of the Night Stretcher is going to prevent the attack. But had Austin kept the Night Stretcher, then he would be able to attack. And just has to pass. Oh, this is horrendous for Austin. A huge swing of momentum for Chase. Chase has got Recon Directive, finds Radiant Alakazam. And then with Ultra Ball in hand, Chase can go get Dusknoir and can make some really big plays with Dusknoir. Turo Scenario, supported for turn, just picking up the Rotom to get it out of harm's way so that liability is no longer there. Ultra Ball away, Rotom V, and Defiance Band to go get Dusknoir. And then Dusknoir is going to be able to place 13 damage counters with its Cursed Blast ability. And that will allow Chase to take another double knockout, really just dominate the board position. Ooh, Rare Candy into Dusknoir. Didn't see that Rare Candy in the hand. So now we've got Dusknoir and Dusclops. Would be risky to use both of them right now. Because then you just put your opponent in a position where they could win the game. First Curse Blast going on to the benched Roaring Moon. I like that line. I think here you just take out both Roaring Moon and then knock out Big Moon for game. That feels good. This is cool. Radiant Alakazam could actually take the knockout on the bench Moon. If Chase decides to do that, that'd be kind of funny. Radiant Alakazam could move a damage counter from the active to the bench. But it's just going to decide to swing. And by putting damage counters on the Roaring Moon EX, you actually make it so that the Roaring Moon EX can't really use Frenzied Gouging without knocking itself out. And boom, double knockouts. Chase goes to 2 prizes remaining. With just 3 damage counters on the Roaring Moon EX, it can still use Frenzied Gouging if it's got a charm on it. Or an Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, excuse me. If it's got an Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, it can still gouge. But you've got a Dracloak there on the bench and a Pheasantipede. The Pheasantipede would still trigger. It is knocked out by an effect of an attack, but still a knockout during the turn. Pheasantipede only doesn't trigger if it's between turns that the knockout gets taken by poison or something like that. So Austin trying to figure out if he's got a way back in this game. He would have to basically take a 1-hit KO on a 2-prize Pokemon while promoting a single prize Pokemon. That's what Austin has to do right now. And I don't think that, I don't know, it does not look like his hand is cooking that right now. But, I mean, that's the owl, right? Earthen Vessel can get 1 darkness energy. Palpad. I know Austin does have gear in hand, so probably going to be putting Sada back into the deck before gear gets played to have a higher chance of drawing into it off of the gear. It should be a surefire hit. I mean, there's a little more than 7 cards, but that's fine. Here we go. Pokegear, and there's the Sada. Chase counting the ancient Pokemon, ancient cards in the discard pile. That's nice. Thanks, Chase. But then without having, like, you kind of need your single prizer on the bench, right? Because if you gouge this Dragapult, you're just going to lose. Yeah, so you got to have the single prize guy. But then you're like locked into retreating this Roaring Moon, which just feels so bad. Sada's Vitality, going to accelerate 2 Darkness Energy to the Ancient Pokemon, and Austin will get to draw 3 cards. He does find the capsule, but again, the Dracloak does like 50 damage or something, so the Dracloak will be able to take the knockout. Like, the Dracloak has lethal on board. It might only do like, how much does the Dracloak? It does 70. The Dracloak does 70. 70! That's so much. He cannot gouge or he will lose instantly. Oh, Dracloak does need 2 energy. Oh, right. Okay, sure. Dracloak can't use the crystal yet. All right, fine. So, yeah, would have a flip the script for 3 and a recon for 2. Ooh, looks like Austin is leaning into the gouge and just saying, you don't have it. Probably does not have KO with the bench Roaring Moon, if I had to guess. So gouge, probably the only line. You got to put the capsule on it. Or you go Gust. Okay, Countercatcher Fez. Yeah, that's fine, right? Take the KO. Yeah, this is way better. And with just one prize remaining, Chase cannot use the Dusknoir. So, I mean, this is as strong of a play as Austin could make. The counter catcher there was key. One prize remaining. Chase is going to want to find a counter catcher, and Chase thinned out all of the Arven. Wait. 2 prizes left. Chase is cooked, dude. I don't think Chase can win. The vacuum's already been played. Okay. Right. Chase could force a sudden death if Austin doesn't have boss. Right, because what could happen is that Chase just has to swing into the Raging Bolt. Roaring Moon, dang it. Chase just has to swing into the Roaring Moon. And then make it so that it can't use Frenzied Gouging without giving up the game. Now, Chase did find an Iono. Also weighing the counter catcher. But what can you, I mean, so what, you counter catcher the Greninja? And then you place 6 damage counters on the Moon EX. And then you say, all right, if you gouge me, you lose. Or you Jet Headbutt and say you didn't find an energy. Jet Headbutt would be crazy here. Because Chase pulled the other counter catcher. All right, they're tied at 1-1 prizes. So the thing is that Sada did get found off the Iono, but Sada doesn't win the game unless Austin can get enough cards in the discard pile for that bench Moon to take a KO. I just don't think that's possible. Sada will draw 3, finds the boss's orders, is the next card. Are we going to sudden death? I think Chase could have gone for the Jet Headbutt on Greninja and then counter catcher the. I mean, he could have gone for that play, and I think he would have won had he done it. Yeah, Jet Headbutt, and then he had the counter catcher again, so he could have gone counter catcher, Jet Headbutt, counter catcher, Phantom Dive game. Did find a Super Rod. We see Austin just shaking his head. As he has to Ultra Ball away Sada and Boss for a Flutter Mane. And then Gouge. We go to sudden death. Let's go. Let's go. Enter sudden death. Yes. Are they sudden deathing or or is it just a tie? They don't seem to be in a hurry. So, you guys gonna sudden death or what? All right, looks like Judge Heather is proctoring the sudden death. Oh, heck yeah. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Hold on. I need a drink. Now this is gaming. Here we go. Yes. Cheers. Let's go. Sudden death. Who's gonna take it? They're re-rolling. First to take a prize wins. Let's get down on the table and see what's up. Fez start for Chase. And here we go. Austin playing first has a Vessel. The Fez start actually not bad because the Fez can't get knocked out. Is that a Gravity Mountain? Holy smokes. Ultra Ball. Considering the Ultra Ball. Pokestop, and we'll use it. Discards a Sada, Stop, and another energy. But it looks like Austin really wants another Pokemon in play. Maybe Radiant Greninja. So it's considering Ultra Balling away the Mooney X. I almost think you got to keep the Mooney X because, like, the Mooney X is probably your, like, that's your ace to knock out this Fez, right? Yeah, Austin's start is actually looking turbo weak. Energy to Roaring Moon, and that's it. I think it's just a Sada and a Dark in hand. Is that it? I can't tell what the other card is. A Darkness Energy and something else. A Boss. Now, Chase has got the turn 1 Lance, which is basically as good as it gets. Oh, but Austin has Boss in hand. Oh, my God. So Austin could just win next turn. Because he's got Boss Dark. Oh, man. That's crazy. And then with the Lance play, Austin knows the Chase is not using Iono. Dang, dude, this is crazy. That's so close. Austin's got to be feeling good at this point. Knows he's got it locked up. Nothing his opponent can do. I expect these two cards to get slammed down. Windmill slammed. Boom! And that's game. Yes, Austin has the win in sudden death, darkness energy, and boss. And that is GG's. Still would have liked to see a windmill slam myself. You know, would have been cool. You know, just a really you know, a little bit of it, expression go a long way there, but well played to both players. Well played, well played. Well played for sure. It was an exciting match to watch. That was my first time that I've ever seen a tabletop match go to sudden death, I think. And that was I think my first one. So very cool. I feel like I gotta get this cam. I need to match this one's like a little washed out. The white balance is not quite white balancing. Maybe it's those red lights in the background that's like, yeah, it's probably messing up the white balance. Yeah, like that looks great. That looks washed out. So I got to figure that out. But we'll get it figured out. Yeah, Moon is definitely favored in sudden death there. I mean, that's no surprise. Let's see what else we got going on in the rest of the shop. Everybody else finishing up their rounds? Yes. Looks like we are just waiting now for round 3 to go up. I did ask Heather, we're getting... People know now. They know. They know they're on TV. That's crazy. For the first couple weeks, everybody was so oblivious. They had no idea. But now they're all hip. Yeah, they know. Tonight's 5 rounds. Wow, we got 21 players for League tonight. First place gets $110 store credit. Second place gets $85 store credit. Third and fourth both get $60 store credit. Imagine if that was your local league, chat. Imagine if that was your local league. $110 store credit for winning a league night. Not even a league cup. Not even a league challenge. This is just Wednesday night league. We do it every week. Every single week. $110 for the winner. Dude, that was that's the closest I've ever come to revealing my baby on on stream right there. Woo. That's the closest I've ever come. The leaks, bro, the leaks. All right, next round is up. You can see we've got the rounds get posted to the TV right there. Everybody goes and checks the TV and gets ready. Do we got Ben Peacock on stream? Let's go, chatters. I love it when we have recurring characters. I hosted Ben Peacock here in the studio a couple weeks ago, and we played a Gym Leader Challenge Conquest series where I was victorious. We had some great games, though, and he called all of my cards boomer cards. Anytime I played a card from like X and Y or black and white, he'd be like, oh yeah, that's a boomer card. And then he'd go and play a card like Kofu and be like, yeah. Dude, that hoodie is fire, though. He's got nice fashion choices. I just said that hoodie is really popping off right now. Ben, your hoodie is magical. It looks wonderful tonight. Thank you, Seymour Biscuits, for that sub in the 50 months. Appreciate you, Seymour. Thanks. Excited to see what matchup we got. Round 3, Full Grip Games League night. $110 for the winner. Crazy. Dude, you get third or fourth place, you still get $60. All right, round 3, we've got Caleb Remy on the left versus Benjamin Peacock on the right. Round 3 of 5. I'm really excited about tomorrow. I'm going to be recording my first YouTube video here in the new studio with Heather. We're recording the next video for the Tricky Hideout YouTube channel. If you're not already hip, I've got a new YouTube channel called Tricky Hideouts, where I upload casual, fun Pokémon TCG challenges and stuff. And the first episode, me and Heather had 30 minutes to build decks out of the pile of bulk at Full Grip Games and then battle them against each other. And that was a ton of fun. Just thoroughly enjoyed doing that challenge with Heather. And we're filming our next challenge tomorrow morning, and I can't wait to see how it goes. No leaks on what the challenge is. It's not the same challenge. I will be doing more bulk dives, so if you thought the bulk battle was fun, then good news. We are turning that into a series, so I will be doing more of those. But Tricky Hideout is going to be basically my creative dumping ground. Like any cool, funny, fun ideas I have, I'm putting it all on Tricky Hideout. The Tricky Gym main channel is just for your standard and your Gym Leader Challenge and your retro and whatever, you know? That stuff. Tricky Hideouts for all the fun stuff. Looks like we have a Dragapult mirror on our hands, folks. Dragapult mirror, except it looks like Caleb is playing the precious trolley version, and we've got an Arvin for the trolley. Let's go. Trolley going to be able to fill up the entire bench for just one card. And this is Thorn's Pult. Ooh, that is interesting. Thorn's Pult probably against... we know that Ben is not playing Thorn's Pult because we see the Rotom V there. And it would have been very good if Caleb had actually opened the Thorns, because then that would mean that Ben would not have gotten to use the instant charge. Whoa, 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 whoa. And we've got the 4 Dreepy and the Toadstool. All right. I see. I did see the TM Evo as well, so we're probably going to be seeing a turn 1 TM Evolution. Go get a couple of Dracloak online. That is a wide bench. Nothing like spreading those boys out. Giving them some breathing. Sorry. Nothing like giving the boys some breathing room. Right. You don't want them to get too sweaty next to each other. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. TM Evo. With the Radiant Alakazam. And we're going to go get a pair of Dracloak. And that is going to do it for Caleb's first turn. An intimidating board. Honestly, if you're Ben here and you're taking a look at that, you're like, dang, dude. How am I going to compete with this? I've just got a lone Dreepster. Whoa. Okay, this is how he competes with it. He's got the Rare Candy Dragapult DX. I didn't even see that. That's crazy. All right. And the Arvin. All right, Ben's popping off, actually. Ben said, all right, I see your extremely wide board, and I raise you turn 2 Rare Candy Dragapult going first. And the rescue board. Yo, Ben's got it all. Badoo does seem a little risky. That is just a very free prize. You already see 2 Dracloak down. Off the Buddy Poffin. Definitely going to be a Duskull, and I think it's just Duskull. Really? Just Duskull. All right. So Ben takes the little Duskull. Let's got that down on the bench. No other Pokemon, though. Really? That is surprising. Not even another Dreepy? Were there any? Yo, Jesse, are you en route to EUIC on the plane right now? That's hype. And that's it. Ben Peacock's got the turn 2 double knockout. Oh my gosh. Turn 2 Phantom Dive. There might be 3 Dreepy prized. Like, legitimately, there might be 3 Dreepy prized. Because Ben was considering Badoo. So I think it's 3 Dreepy prized. You wouldn't consider the Badoo unless... Yeah, and Ben just pulled 2 Dreepy off the prizes. All right, so Jesse is en route to EUIC. Good luck, Jesse. We're going to have Jesse on stream. If you've been missing Jesse, he's going to be on stream next Wednesday, so make sure to tune in next Wednesday. All right, Jesse's going to be returning. He'll get to report on how EUIC went, and we're going to do our expanded All-Star Grass Challenge. And then for the entire month of March, we're going to focus on post-rotation Journey Together gameplay. I'm going to get back into the routine of having Jesse on every week. It's just obviously I've had a lot on my plate with the moving studios for the last couple weeks. So it is finally all coming to a... it is all finally coming together, though, as this is the very first stream that I've done from the new studio space, and it is all working quite well, so thrilled about it. Dylan wants to know in the Twitch chats, am I going to continue streaming locals? Well, heck yeah. That's what I do now. This is the new normal. All right, a couple of recon directives from Caleb. It's got Crispin in hands. I do not see any Dragapult EX, though. Thank you, Jacob, for that sub in the 63 months. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Salavian, for the continued support. I appreciate it. Pre-releases. I'm planning on streaming pre-releases. Yes. Natalie told me that apparently Journey Together pre-release allocation was actually tight. So I think instead of me and Heather doing our own pre-release, we're actually just going, I am just going to stream the midnight pre-release at Full Grip Games. Yes, I'm just actually going to stream. I'm going to stream like what other people open and stuff too, which I think will be kind of fun. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I got to figure out, like, I guess I'll have like, yeah, I'm gonna figure some cool stuff out to do, because I could have like I could set up multiple cameras down there and like I could follow multiple different, tables as they open their pre-release kits. So like that would be cool. Yeah, I heard that allocation for pre-releases is kind of just like slashed across the board right now. So that's really tough. All right, looks like Caleb was able to find a Dragapult off of the Iono, but ends up just passing. With Fire Energy on the Benchster Cloak, this is a very powerful place for Ben Peacock to be in. Finds a Buddy Poffin off the Iono and immediately fetches out those other Dreepsters who were no good, sleeping in the prize cards. Thank you, Orion Skynight Gaming, for the 59 months. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the continued support. Ben also using Nest Ball to go get the Radiant Alakazam out. And with Radiant Alakazam, Ben is going to be able to pick off another Dreepy on the bench. Big Iono, but needs to find a Psychic Energy. And really only has these 4 cards to find it. And no! Does not find a Psychic Energy. So actually will not be able to Phantom Dive this turn. So Ben is kind of just stuck. We'll use Collapse Stadium to get the Rotom out of play. So nice to be able to do that. And then just has to Jet Headbutt for 70. And I'm sure that Caleb, big sigh of relief there. Dodging the bench Dreepy getting knocked out, all because of the vacuum removing that Sparkling Crystal. Recon Directive does find another Dragapult, so Caleb will take that. Yo, let's get some hype going for Victor Natty in the Twitch chat with 5 more gifted subs. Thank you, Victor, for the love and the support. Appreciate you, Victor. Let's go. Thank you so much for the generosity. Thank you, AP Mango, for that Prime sub in the 37 months as well. Yo, let's get some hype going in the Twitch chat. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, AP Mango. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you. Glad you guys are enjoying the streams. These have been so fun to do. I really feel in my element here. And I'm just having a great time watching some Pokemon, hanging out. They really are. It's such a vibe, honestly. Chilling during the league night, watching some cards. It's such a huge blessing to be able to do this. Because if you've been watching the channel for a long time, that we used to do this. Like, we used to do this every week. We used to do league night. But then COVID happened and the setup changed, and it wasn't really possible anymore after the setup got changed. But now the setup has changed again, and we are so back. We are so back, chatters. Feels good to be back. All right. Caleb trying to figure out where to go from here. He's got gear. Look at the top 7. And then boss's orders is a grab off of the gear. Thank you, Easy LASIK, for that Prime sub in the 21 months. Appreciate you, Easy LASIK. Thank you. Tony in the chat says there's a lot of pult here. I'm predicting a Zach Pra first place finish again. You guys cannot continue to let Zach Pra get away with this. They just bring Raging Bolt every single week. You can't just let them win with Raging Bolt every single week. Dylan says we can't stop him. Another recon directive. That's 3 recon directives. Jesse in the Twitch chat says, don't make me come down there. Jesse, we need you. The people need you, Jesse, to be the heel of Full Grip Games League Nights. The people need your presence. They need you to restore balance. Arvin, the supportive return. But we already know that Caleb is not playing the Crystal because we already saw the Precious Trolley. So then, is there going to be an attack this turn? I mean, maybe if you had a board and could retreat the active Dragapult and attack with the benched one. But I don't think that that's a play that's going to happen. Excuse me, sorry. And it looks like Arvin's going to get Counter Catcher and TM Evolution again. I don't think Caleb has a Crispin in hand, at least from what I saw. Or else, obviously, there would have been a Crispin played. Yeah, so it's just got to be Counter Catcher, Night Stretcher for a Psychic Energy, and I guess Caleb will take a single knockout with a Jet Headbutt. So that's what we got. Couple of headbutts back and forth. Kumusk in the Twitch chat wants to know, how do we get the wires from downstairs to upstairs? We ran them through a tube. We ran them through a tube through the floor. The whole building was just undergoing a huge renovation, though. So while the building underwent a renovation, where like we had the ceilings all worked on. We just had a tube installed in the corner where you can drop wires down. All right, Ben Peacock on the play now. Finally has a Psychic Energy for that Dragapult EX and is going to manipulate damage with Radiant Alakazam. Set that Dracloak up on the bench for knockout with Phantom Dive. And there we go, another Phantom Dive. We'll do 200 damage to the active. Yes, don't forget that 200 damage. So it'll have 250 damage on it. And then Ben chillin' with just 3 prize cards remaining. Gotta feel pretty good about that. So how does Caleb actually come back from this? Is there a way? I feel like the Crispin Dragapult deck is maybe just a little bit slower than the Dragapult Dusknoir deck. And especially without the buff of opening the Iron Thorns. I mean, Caleb is basically operating with a deck that has all these Iron Thorns in it, which are not actually proving to be useful in this particular matchup right now. So, definitely at a disadvantage there. But Dragapult is a comeback deck. And if Caleb is able to evolve up both of these bench Dracloak into Dragapult and then give no other liabilities, Caleb could force Ben to knock out 2 more Dragapult EX. And I think that that's the best thing that you could do. Don't bench any more single prize Pokemon. Try to evolve up all your Dragapult EX. And then force your opponent to go through 2 more Dragapult EX, right? The worst thing that could happen for Caleb is to give up that Dracloak on the bench as an easy single prize knockout so that Ben can just win by knocking out the active Dragapult and the bench Dracloak. Turo scenario. That is huge. I mean, that's big denial right there. And this is exactly what we talked about with the whole denial thing. And now Caleb can actually evolve up that bench Dracloak. Please do not put the Dracloak yet. Thank you. Please keep him on the board. No, don't bench the Dreepy. Don't bench the Dreepy. No. 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 We were so close. Don't bench the Dreepy. No. All right. Caleb did deny the knockout. I mean, that was a huge swing for sure, but I think I would have preferred to see the Dreepy remain in hand. Because now this still gives Ben a route to take an easy 3 prizes. And Ben is certainly in a position where he can afford to use Dusknoir being up 2 prizes right now. He just has to make sure that he has enough juice in the tank to be able to finish the game. Does find the Dragapult EX off of that to Recon Directive, but the hand is not looking like... It's not looking awesome. You know, the Ultra Ball is a consideration because you could use it to go get Dusknoir, right? I kind of like that, right? Like, I think I value that because you Ultra Ball, discard those 2, go get the Dusknoir, and then you're going, okay, I could just knock out your active Dragapult, leave you with a Dracloak and a Dreepy on the bench. Also, the problem with this line, though, is that if Caleb does get an attack, Caleb will clear both Ben's Dragapult and the bench Dracloak. Oh, and then move 1 damage counter to Dreepy. This is GG's. GG's. All right, Ben wins. Yes, I forgot that you could actually use the Dusknoir, put 13 damage counters onto the Dragapult EX, use Radiant Alakazam to move a damage counter over to the Dreepy, Phantom Dive, GG's. And Ben Peacock is your round 3 winner here at Full Grip Games League Nights. Well on his way to that $110 store credit prizing that is up for the top finisher tonight. We've got 21 players here in the house for our League Night tonight. And first place gets $110 store credit. Second place gets $85 store credit. Third place and fourth place both get $60 store credit. I said that the Dreepy, did I not say that the Dreepy should not have been benched? I was saying the Dreepy, don't bench it, don't bench it, don't bench it. That's exactly what I was saying. I was trying to tell him. I was saying, don't bench the Dreepy, Caleb. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Did you know that you too could live in Akron, Ohio and attend Full Grip Games League Nights, the best league nights around? Just think, you could move, you and the family, Akron, Ohio. Yes, it's never been a better time. Never been a better time to move to Akron, Ohio. Many people are saying this. After all, I moved to Akron, Ohio when I didn't live there. Yes, I'm from the Baltimore area. Some say I moved to Akron just for Pokemon cards. Some say this. Some say this. Look at that full house tonight. Lots of Pokemon being played. But it's going to be even fuller come the Full Grip Games 4K doubleheader weekend, March 29th and 30th. Got a huge Journey Together event coming up. Standard $3,000 cash Journey Together event happening March 29th on Saturday, March 29th. You can get your tickets now for the event at fullgripgames.com. We've got a 3K standard event on March 29th and a $1,000 Gym Leader Challenge event featuring new Journey Together cards happening on March 30th. You can get your spots reserved now at fullgripgames.com. Me and Riley Hulbert are going to be commentating over the event, which is going to be the first major tournament in the West where Journey Together cards are legal. Jesse says, is there anything I can help with if I get to Full Grip at 2 p.m.? I work till 1. Heck yeah, Jesse. Yeah, dude, if you want to help cast over the weekend, that'd be sick. If you want to help cast or if you want to help do like interviews and stuff. Yeah, dude. Love to have you. FM Radio on YouTube says got to scope out some apartments when you're there for the doubleheader. I'm saying, people complain all the time that they have terrible locals, but then you could just move somewhere where the locals were good. It's like living somewhere and complaining that the weather is bad. Like, move somewhere where it's less bad. It's like living somewhere where there's traffic. Like, simply don't live there. Go live somewhere where there's no traffic, like Akron, Ohio. So there you go. Noah Morgan on YouTube wants to know, do I have an all-time favorite deck? Man. That's such a hard question. It's such a hard question because you're talking like multiple formats. You're talking like Chen Pao was not my favorite deck ever. No, it was my favorite deck in Standard at that time, but I've had lots of different favorite decks at that time during the time. Yes, Chen Pao was definitely my favorite deck at the time that I was playing it. Yes. And then Miraidon was my favorite deck at the time when I was playing that. Like when I played it at Worlds in 2023, Miraidon was my favorite deck. And then before that, Mew EX was my favorite deck. Not Mew EX, Mew VMAX. Sorry, my brain has already removed VMAXs from memory. And before Mew VMAX, honestly, I did not like a single Scarlet Sword and Shield deck until Mew VMAX. Before Mew VMAX, my favorite deck was Pikarom. No, okay. I liked Lucario Melmetal. So like the in-between deck that was there, I liked Lucario Melmetal. That deck was cool. Elena says, we drive an hour to come play at Full Grip Games. Worth the drive. Yo, that's what's up, Elena. Thanks for being a part of the community here. So yeah, Lucario and Melmetal. I liked that deck. And then I liked Pikarom before that. Any card shops in Tokyo you have to hit? Yes. Haruya 2. You should just go to yeah. Chuck says going to Japan at the end of March with my 10-year-old. Any card shops? Yeah. You should go to Akihabara and you should just walk around. Yes. Go to Akihabara. Haruya 2 is there, but there's a bunch of amazing card shops there, and just walk around. Card Secret. Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah. All right, so before Pikarom, I liked Zapdos Jirachi a lot. Before Zapdos Jirachi, I was kind of in this weird place where I hated everything. Before, like, people always talk about how good the Sumlot format is. I'm going to maintain that format sucks. I didn't like any deck during that format. I played a ton of League Cups during that time. I felt like they all sucked. I was just playing Blacephalon GX. I was playing Blacephalon GX and I was blowing stuff up. That's what I was doing. There was a little while. Oh, I did forget. There was a little while in the beginning of the Sword and Shield format where I liked the Baby Blacephalon deck. I played in the Players' Cup Invitational, and I got second to Tord playing Baby Blacephalon. I did like that deck a little bit. But yeah, Blacephalon GX sucked. But before that, okay, I like the Zoroark. Drampa Zoroark. That deck was sick. Drampa Zoroark is probably one of my favorite decks of all time. The deck I top 8 at NAIC with in 2017. That deck was so sick. So that was like one of the most fun tournaments. That was one of the most fun tournaments I think I ever played in. As far as like each game that I played was actually really fun and like really interesting. And then before that, I was a Night March guy. Yeah, I was a Night March guy. Night March is definitely one of my favorite decks of all time. And before that, it was Landy Bats. I think it's a lame answer, but I kind of have to say Landy Bats, right? It's like the deck that I won a regional championship with. I have to say Landy Bats. But like the thing is that Landy Bats has a story though, because like and that's probably why it has to be my favorite deck, is because I really like helped develop that deck into what it became. You know, I had like, yeah, I really put a lot of work into like making that deck what it was. So it probably just has to be Landy Bats. I used to just sit on PTCGO all day and all night and just like grind out games on the ladder. Like that winter, I just grinded out games on PTCGO. Is there a VOD of NAIC 2017 somewhere? Yes. There's a VOD of me playing Landy Bats. The St. Louis Regional Championships in 2015. That regional championship was the first regional ever streamed by TPCI. Which also made it just like really cool, because first regional ever streamed by TPCI. Oh, I did like Buzzrock a lot. Buzzrock was a really cool deck too. Yeah, Buzzrock was definitely my dude in the Sun and Moon era. Snorlax VMAX, that's the thing. Snorlax VMAX was really cool, but I mean, I only ever played it at one tournament. Can you call a deck your favorite deck ever if you only ever played it at one tournament? Cobb Raw wants to know, what was the Turtonator GX for in my what was the Turtonator GX for in my list? It was for it was hypothetically for Metagross. Where's my feature match? Heather, I see people playing, but there's no feature match. Why is everybody getting ready for round? Nobody is on the feature table. Ah, here she comes. Very good. Yeah, so the Turtonator GX was so that you could use, what is it, Shell Trap? And with a choice band, you would do Shell Trap for weakness, and you could do, and it was good against Metagross GX. But it was also kind of good against Decidueye GX. I had a game where I used Shell Trap into a Decidueye GX for 100 damage, and then I used Kukui to Shell Trap and knock it out, which is pretty hype. The Turtonator GX was mostly for the swag, but also it was like kind of decent. Jarrett! Not the pile shuffle, Jarrett. No, not the pile shuffle. All right, we got Jarrett and Chase. Chase back at it again. All right, I think I've got Chase's name down now. I think I've figured it out. But yeah, favorite deck ever, probably just have to say Landy Bats, right? Gotta say Landy Bats. That deck was freaking sweet. The thing is, though, when I was like making that deck and playing it to tournaments and stuff, it was a deck that I kind of just, you know, like made up or whatever. You know, it wasn't like an archetype, right? I just was like, I should play Landorus and Crobat together, and like I was playing Super Scoop Ups in my list, and none of my friends took the deck seriously, and they wouldn't test against me. Because they were like, no, Andrew, I only want to test against serious meta matchups. So they wouldn't test against me because they thought I was just being unserious. So like I had to just play games by myself on PTCGO because my friends would not test against my Landy Bats list. So like that was kind of a funny thing because I played it during all of City Championships. I played it during like half of City Championships, I'd say. I won a Cities with it. I like got second at a Cities and top 4 to Cities with it. And then I took it to the regionals and won it. So that was just really hype. All right, it's going to be round 4 of 5. Favorite Journey Together deck? Favorite Journey Together deck is probably the Zoroark deck. I actually think the Zoroark deck is kind of cool. After having played it, I got some good games in with Jesse. And I want to produce them into games for the YouTube channel. I've been really busy. Also, Journey Together doesn't come out until the end of March, so I'm not terribly worried about it. Was Lando before Seismitoad or after? During. Landers came out before Seismitoad, but Lando Bats was a thing during Seismitoad time. I actually beat a Seismitoad deck in the finals of the regional championship, which was like really hype because I was expecting to lose. Looks like we may have ourselves a Dragapult's mirror again. What's up with all these full grip players and their Dragapult decks? Don't they know that Zach Pra is just going to bring Raging Bolt and defeat you? Don't they know that Zach Pra is going to feast on this field of pulp decks? All right, looks like Chase is going first. And last round, we saw Chase. Chase was able to get the turn 2 attack with Dragapults going first. So maybe Chase has got another turn 2 attack with Dragapults coming our way. Looks like Jarrett's got a really strong hand, though. I see Buddy Buddy Poffin, Nestball, Arvin. I mean, this is the dream. This is everything that you want. Chase does not have a Duskull down, unfortunately. Jarrett could go in with the... Oh, this is not... Oh, I take it back. This is not a mirror. This is not a mirror. This is Zard. This is Zard. So we've got Charizard versus Dragapults. Very cool. I haven't seen a Charizard on stream yet today. All right, Jarrett. I see you've got Charizard with the Badoo technology. Buddy Buddy Poffin going to get Charmander and Badoo. And then we've got Nestball, which could go get another basic. Got another Duskull in hand, too. So got ourselves a... relatively thick Dusknoir line with at least 2 Duskull in there. And then did we see the A-Specker? The A-Spec of choice is the Prime Catcher. So pretty cool little Charizard list we've got going on here. Arvin, and is Jarrett actually going to consider another Buddy Buddy Poffin? Could get the 4 Seal Stones. Got Nestball in hand, so we'll be able to use Nestball to maybe go get like a Rotom or something. Is that the way that we're going? I mean, I don't actually think that this hand is good enough to attack with Badoo, right? Because Jarrett's hand kind of stinks. So if you do attack with Badoo, like, what are you actually doing, right? You're just kind of like, yeah. All right, Buddy Buddy Poffin and Rescue Board. I don't actually think that I saw a Rotom V in there. So maybe it's prized. And that would be why Jarrett did not opt to go for the 4 Seal Stone, right? Because I think probably just a... Oh, there's a Luminion, but right. Are you going to Nest Ball for the Luminion? I think there is an Ultra Ball in the hand, though. Is there? Or am I tripping? Could be an Ultra Ball in the hand. There is Luminion in the deck. And then with the rescue board, that Duskull will be able to pivot right on out of there. Am I tripping? I am tripping. There's no Ultra Ball. There is an Ultra Ball. I'm not tripping. There we go. So that Ultra Ball can go get Luminion, which is the only V Pokemon I saw in the deck. Badoo gets the promote, and it's an Itchy Pollen for 10. Jared deciding whether or not to place Fire Energy down. Why not, right? What can it hurt? And then actually, Jarrett has Rare Candy Ultra Ball in hand. So Jarrett could go get Luminion or could go get Pidgeot, right? I mean, Rare Candy Ultra Ball is just Rare Candy Pidgeot. You get that, and then maybe go for an Iono. Ooh, and Chase has got Recon Directive into 2 items, neither of which he can play. And probably just going to be an instant charge for Chase. Deciding whether or not he wants to keep that Luminion active. He's got the rescue board, so could pivot into something else. I like sending up the Dreepy here. I mean, sacking 2 prizes on the Luminion is a super feels bad. Yeah, send up the Dreepy. Why not? I'm just getting word from Heather that both of these players are 2-1. And that Heather is saving the undefeated players for the final round because they are players that we have seen play already. So this way we get to showcase a new face, Jarrett, on stream. Both these players still in the running for second place, though. As second place, going to be going home with $85 store credit tonight, and both top 3 and top 4 are going to be getting $60 store credit. So still a lot to play for tonight. So Jarrett does get Rare Candy Pidgeot, Luminion for Iono. A very strong play. And then Iono going to get the play. Both players put their hands to the bottom of the deck and get 6 cards. Jarrett going down with a 0 card hand, so doesn't have to put a hand on the bottom of the deck and just gets to draw 6. Does he find a Charizard piece? I don't think he does. If he had found a Rare Candy or a Charizard, would be able to go use Quick Search for the other piece, but instead might just be using Itchy Pollen again, which I certainly don't mind. And Jarrett's going to use Quick Search now. Probably like to see a Charmeleon grab. Would make the most sense. Kind of just get that thing started. And then that way you don't have to go Rare Candy Zard the following turn. Does feel bad not having another Charmander out. But that bench is full, so there is no room for Charmander. Until Jared decides to use the Dusknoir, he can certainly clear some of his own bench space away by knocking out his own Pokemon with the Cursed Blast ability. And here we go. Cursed Blast, very much online with a Dusclops and a Dusknoir evolved up on the bench. Rare Candy, putting that Dusknoir into play. And then Jarrett going to use the Cursed Blast to knock out Dracloak. Both players get a prize card. Jarrett taking the middle prize card, and it's Forest Sealstone. Sussy radar going on. I'm sure it's fine. I just always, anytime somebody takes a middle prize card, I'm always like, taking prize cards out of order. Got my eye on you. No. Let's not listen. We're not here to witch hunt. It was a very good draw off of that, off the prize. But I'm just saying, I never take my prizes out of order because first of all, there's no point to taking your prizes out of order, right? Like, there's no point. Strategically, unless you have knowledge of the cards, there's no point, right? But if you take your prizes out of order, then you open your play up to scrutiny where people could accuse you of cheating. So you just really, nobody should take their prizes out of order, because if you do, people will have some ammo to say that you're a cheater, right? You just shouldn't do it. If you want my opinion, you ought not to do it. That's just my opinion. Because if you take your prizes out of order and you pull something crazy off your prizes, then you just look sus, right? So, anyways, that's all I'm going to say on that. I always take my prizes in order. That's the way I prefer to do it. No, I'm not saying that Jarrett was up to any foul play there. Absolutely not. I don't think he would not do that. 100% would not do that. But what I'm saying is, like, you open up your play to that scrutiny, though, by doing it, right? Like, whereas if you just take your prizes in order every time, then nobody can accuse you of that. So you might as well just do that, right? Because there's no strategic advantage to taking them out of order other than just being like, I'm just going to be different, right? And now we've got a Badoo war going on. So and we've got another Itchy Pollen. No, wait. Not an Itchy Pollen. That was a Clops for knockouts. Curse Blast. This is a really interesting game we've got going on here. It's like very much a Dusknoir war. And an itchy pollen battle. So itchy. Everything is so itchy right now. But Jarrett's still just chilling here with 2 Charmander, right? But only has 3 prizes less. Jesse saying that the Badoo is center stage is cracking me up right now because Jesse plays on these tables all the time. So Jesse knows that like that Badoo is like, he's like in the center of the table. He's in the center of the table. Like, look, like you're supposed to line the Pokemon up so that they're on like your half of the Pokeball. But that Badoo is encroaching on enemy territory for sure. Yeah, that is an eager Badoo making a statement. I also say I gotta respect Jarrett going for like the double-decker bench with only 5 bench Pokemon and just saying, you know what, my boys need the extra space. I definitely like that. Nothing wrong with giving your boys a little breathing room. I don't know. You should be able to ask your opponent to re-rack their bench, like in beer pong or something. Like, yeah, man, sorry, the 4-1's throwing me off. Could you re-rack? Could you re-rack, dude? I'm gonna need a rhombus. Yeah, sorry. Give me the house, dude. Yeah, Jared just be taking his prizes out of order. That's just what he does. Maybe it's just a thing. Apparently, JW does that too, though. JW just takes his prizes in whatever order. Yeah, that messes with me, man. Can I get an I formation re-rack? Can I get diamond in 1? Will Jarrett finally quit the itchy pollen? Looks like Jarrett finally going on the offensive. I do love that. All right, Jarrett has gone to the 3-2 bench formation, but it looks like his Charizard's buddies are all like really, really having fun and very close. Yeah. We used to live in a God-fearing country where you had to have your 5 bench Pokemon in a line, okay? I'm just saying. We used to live in a nation where your bench Pokemon had to be in a straight line. Now people think that they can put their bench however they want. This is what you get, folks. This is what you get with lawlessness. All right. Is Chase actually going to get to formulate an attack? That's what I want to know. Is Chase actually going to be able to do anything? Jarrett's kind of been just tossing him around all game with Itchy Pollen and Dusclops and Dusknoir. Chase actually going to sack a prize to take out Badoo, finds a Psychic Energy. Now, Jarrett has just one prize remaining. I don't know. This is probably all part of Jarrett's mind games, though, right? Taking prizes out of order. Wait. Chase wins? What? Huh? What? I thought Chase was losing. What? Wait. He only attacked once. He only attacked once. What the heck, dude? I'm still... Wait, what? Chase only attacked one time. He only attacked one time. How do you... He only attacked once. Yeah, they were both just using Itchy Pollen for like some amount of time. And then like they were Dusknoring each other. And then Chase attacked one time and won. Where it seemed like he was losing. Man, crazy. That was nuts. Yeah, that was hype for sure. Dang, dude. Sorry, Jarrett. I'm sorry, bud. That was a tough L, man. We were all joking around about the silly prizes and the silly bench and didn't realize it was going to end like that. Better luck next time, dude. Sorry, man. It's tough. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Lots of players still playing. Round still going on. Very nice. All right, y'all. This is a perfect time for a little intermission. I've got to pee, so I'm going to go do that. And I'm going to let you guys people watch while I go. Okay? So hang tight. Don't go anywhere. If you do go somewhere, go to fullgripgames.com where you can buy all the best Pokemon trading card game singles and sealed product and support the stream. Or you go to dragonshield.com and get all the best sleeves and accessories. I'll be right back. Let's go. All right, gamers, we're back. Thanks for the patience. Whoo-wee! What an exciting event we've had so far. A lot of good games. We had our first sudden death. Wow. First ever sudden death. That's pretty cool. And we've got one more round to go. So that's coming up here shortly, round number 5. And I look forward to seeing who our winner tonight is going to be. They're taking home over $100 store credit to Full Grip Games. That is nothing to sneeze at, if you will. Let's take a look at the new stuff. Destined Rivals, huh? Destined Rivals. Why? It does make me a little sad that we can't just get a Team Rocket set anymore, right? Because TPCI, they do all these combo sets, right? Like you can't just get like a Team Rocket set. You can't just get a single theme set like they do in Japan. In Japan, they're gonna get the pure Team Rocket set in Japan. But the only like sets that we get like that are our mini sets for the international release. All of our main sets are these bloated combo sets where you have to like they can't even like theme them appropriately. It's like the formula is basically they take 2 or 3 different sets and then they try to wombo combo them together, and then they usually have like one word refers to one half of the set, and then the other word refers to like the other half of the set. Like Evolving Skies, if you will, is the perfect example. What does Evolving Skies even mean? It doesn't mean anything. It means that we've got Eevees and we've got Rayquaza and we needed a set name. That's what it means. So I will say though, I'm really excited about the Team Rocket set. That's why I'm being like this, because Team Rocket Pokemon are my favorite Pokemon ever in all of the Pokemon TCG. So I'm very excited about this set. I am really looking forward to see, I really want to see what the Japanese artwork is going to look like, because that's probably the version of the set that I will be collecting the most is the Japanese versions that come out. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what that is going to look like. But we do have some reveal here of the Destined Rivals art. The Destined Rival, it looks nice. I mean, it does look really nice as far as like that official artwork goes. And you got Cynthia and Garchomp. It's cool. The artwork does look really nice. I just, it just would. Okay, do we have to go and like what a? Like, just imagine though, like Rocket Returns, man. Like, imagine the whole booster box looked like this. Like, that's so sick. So freaking sick, man. $300 for the empty booster box. That's how you know it's sick. That's how you know, dude. Who's got the sealed Rockets Returns booster box? Nobody. Literally nobody, bro. Nobody. God, I can't wait for you guys to see the video that Heather and I are working on tomorrow. It's, dare I say, it is going to be unlike anything you've ever experienced. All right, so what do you guys think? Is Garchomp good? Cynthia's Garchomp EX. 1 energy, 100-ish damage. Fill your hand to 6. Fill your hand to 6 for 1 energy. If that's not a fighting type Pokemon's attack, I don't know what is. Dude, it has 400 HP. Look, you put the training weight on it. 400 hit points, dude. 400. 400. This is the first 400 hit point Pokemon. You don't need to accelerate when it does. You don't need to accelerate energy to this thing when it's only got 2 attacks. The first one takes 1 energy, and the second one takes 2, and it has 400 hit points, chatters. 400. This card is good. I think this card's nuts. Free retreats? You kidding me? You don't even need any support Pokemon. You just fill to 6 with the attack. It's weak to grass. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think that, yeah, you could run Pidgeot too. Imagine you got Pidgeot, Cynthia's Garchomp EX, and Pidgeot EX. Both of them got free retreat. Just think of all the free retreat. That's a nice ho-oh. Chase is in the chat. Okay. Yeah, Chase, not gonna lie, did not see all that coming. That was pretty sick. Yeah, that was crazy. It all happened so fast. I thought for sure you were getting bodied there, Chase. And then I turned around and you won. This card goes hard. Roserade, Cynthia. Cynthia looking emo. Let's see. What do we got here? First English cards revealed from Journeying Together. Another 151 Master Set variant. That looks nice. That's cool. Ultra Ball League? What's that? This looks nice. These pack arts, I like those. They look slick. Some good branding right there. Gotta appreciate the good branding. So you can't just complain about the branding. You also got to point out when it's good. This is good. Journey Together, they did a really nice job with Journey Together. I also think they did a nice job. Like, they did a nice job with this Rockets branding. I just wish it said Rockets returns again on it. I just wish the set name was Rocket Returns one more time. Rockets Returns 2. Yeah, just imagine if it was Rockets Returns 2. It should be the glory of Team Rocket. I know. And how cool of a set name is that? The glory of Team Rocket. That's the set name they get in Japan, is the glory of Team Rocket. And we get Destined Rivals. What? They get the glory of Team Rocket. We get Destined rivals. What does destined rivals even mean? It means nothing. The artwork looks really good, though. And even the set logo looks pretty good. Just Destined Rivals. I can't believe my Team Rocket set is named Destined Rivals. Yeah. All right, we've got our final match of the night coming up. Let's go, chatters. Who do we got? Bring it around town. Bring it around town. Heather lied to me. I thought she said both these players have been on stream already, but I guess not. Cool. We've got some new faces. You're telling me Zach Praw's not going to win again? That's crazy. All right, let's see if Heather texts me names. Both these players competing for some serious store credit tonight. The winner taking home $110 store credit on a random league night. Random league night, folks. This could be you. On your Wednesday night league night, playing Pokemon for 3 hours, walking out with $110 store credit. All you have to do is move to Akron, Ohio. Thank you, Roosked, for that sub in the 24 months, 2 years. Thank you. Wait a minute. Do I get prize packs? Heather. Do I get a prize pack? I'm totally I totally work here. This sucks, dude. I work here. This is erasure. I am working this event. This sucks. Lugia. Let's go. Finally, we're mixing it up. No more Dragapults. Got our final round of the night. Big store credit up for grabs between these players. We'll see who gets to go 5-0. 21 league goers tonight here at Full Grip Games. That is a good size league night. That's bigger than some league cups out there. And we've got a fishy start on both sides. Kicking things off with Capturing Aroma. Tails. We've got Thad on the right versus Jack Hooper on the left. Thad is actually the only 4-0 right now, I believe. Unless there's 3 4-0s. Let's see. I will inquire. I'm asking Heather to send me a picture of standings. Cool. We've got Thad on the right versus Jack on the left. Jack is 3-1. Thad is 4-0 right now. I'm just inquiring as to whether or not there are any other 4-0s on the table. So let's see. Or any other 4-0s in the tournament that Thad is competing with. We'll see for the top spot. Or is this a win and in for Thad? I will let you know as soon as I know. All right. I wonder if Jack is okay with me calling him Hoop Dog. Man. Jack Hooper. Jack Hooper's the type of name that I just feel like invites nicknames. So hopefully Hoop Dog's okay with that. And Thad Wayland. Wayand. Okay, Thad Wayand. Got it. Yeah, sorry. All right, what's Hoop Dog playing? Saraledge. Oh, dude, we've got a battle of the ages right here. Thad booting up the Lugia technology and Hoop Dog with the Saraledge. All right, just got the standings paged in here from Heather. Let's see. And Thad is the only 4-0. So this is a win and win situation for Thad. If Thad wins this match, he'll be the only 5-0 here at Full Grip and will take home that $110 store credit guaranteed. But do not underestimate Hoop Dog's ability to upset all of this, because if Hoop takes the win, then that means that he'll ascend to 4-1, bump Thad down to 4-1, and there will be other 4-1s. So then it'll all come down to resistance and which player has the stronger resistance. So really, this is how Zach Pra can still win. No, Zach Pra is 2-2. Zach Pra cannot still win. Okay. But Chase is 3-1. Chucky is 3-1. Fran is 3-1. Jordan is 3-1. And Ben Peacock is 3-1. So lots of 3-1s out there in the field still. You may know Fran from the Cube video. If you watched my Cube video on YouTube, then you will know that she is in the running for a top 4 placement as well in this final round. This should be an interesting match. Wait, hold up. We're not doing turn 1 Salvatore things, are we? We're doing turn 1 Salvatore things? Holy smokes. Whoa! Ain't no way, dude. Ain't no way. What? Wait, whoa. Dude, is this Lugia dead? Oh, no way. You've got to be kidding me. Not the V-Star for the blender. How many energy we got, Hoop Dog? How many energy? How many energy, Hoop? That might be it. No. Is it it? There's only one way to find out. No, it's not a knockout. No, wait, 10 short? No, 20 short, 30 short, 30 short. All right, 30 damage short. That's pretty close, though. 190 damage, and then Thad says, yo, watch me research away to research and draw into a handful of energy like a Lugia god. Oh. that an Ultra Ball there? That's the gold one. Is that an Ultra Ball? That's a Nest Ball. Dang, dude. Hey, there is one Archeops in the discard pile, though. There's one in the bin. There is one down. But going the one chops. The thing is, all right, Hoop's board is looking, it's not great. Like, Hoop Dog's board is really sus. I mean, we've got 2 Luminion V, Radiant Greninja, and Squawk on the bench. Now, there is a Cyril Edge in the active doing 190 damage. That's pretty good. But there is no backup yet. None. So Thad just kind of has to stabilize. You know, thanks, Peter, for that sub in the 21 months. Appreciate you. Thank you. Heads flip on the Capturing Aroma. What are we going to get? What's it going to be, Thad? What's it going to be? We've got a Thornton. Okay, Thornton. That's not helping us right now. None of this stuff is helping. Yeah, I mean, what? It's got to be the Archeops, right? And just hope you... But, like, what are you going to do? Go get an... I guess you go get another Lugia? Like, are we going to get Chops into play? Like, are we going to summon the stars? Where are we going here? Nest Ball. Let's Nest Ball while we think about it a little bit more, because, honestly, we've got some thoughts to think. It's not pretty. There's no way. All right, here's the thing. Hoop Dog's only got like a 2-card hand. No way there's a Boss's Orders in there. Just summon the Chops and say I'm going solo Chops. Like, cause what's the alternative? It's not great. What else are we doing, Thad? You know? Both roads lead to a loss. So I think you just got to let it rip, right? Oh, Thad is going to go the more patient route and say pass with a gift energy in the active. Okay. We'll see how that works out. Now, Jack got Earthen Vessel. Yeah, you just Earthen Vessel. Get rid of that Night Stretcher, keep digging. For sure. Or we could go Night Stretcher for fire, concealed cards. Oh, Night Stretcher for fire and then Earthen Vessel away the fire. Okay, I did not see that coming. That is the line I did not see coming. Okay. You got me there, Hoop Dog. You got me. And we got the 2 fire energy. Was there a shuffle? Shuffle that deck, Hoop. Ain't no way. Not on my watch. Okay, concealed cards. Draw of 2. We find Iono and Pokestop. Yeah, that's a big Iono. I'm sure Thad is okay with that. Both players going to pull 6. Jack guaranteed to take 2 prizes this turn with Cyril Edge. Does find another Charcadet, which is huge. Because now there's officially backup. I mean, Jack's board might not be great, but at least there's a backup attacker, and that's really all you need. Jack is just trying to race to the finish line as fast as possible. We'll see, does Thad actually have... Yeah, and Thad's got a solid hand off of that Iono. And how could you not, right? Because the last hand was miserable. So this hand's got to be decent, right? I think I see an Ultra Ball. I see maybe an Archeops. I see a Lugia V-Star. I mean, there's stuff here. There's cards. There's an Ultra Ball. That's really all you need. I saw a... Who is that lady in red who discards the cards and then also sometimes gusts, but doesn't really gust too much anymore? Serena? It's not Serena. Is this Serena? That's not Serena. Who is that? It is Serena. Man. Yeah. Serena. There's a Serena in the hand. Ultra Ball and Serena. You can make anything happen with Ultra Ball and Serena. But first, we're going to see if we hit the Messy Goza. Yes, sir. That's going to make this a whole lot easier. Because you could just go into the deck and get the chops. Well, there's already a chop situation, so you can go get the attacker, really, because you've got one chops in the discard pile already. So you could just go get whatever attacker you want. But then who's the best attacker for the situation? Do you just go Luminian? I almost kind of be cool to see an Aqua return for 240 damage or whatever. And then there's a Oh, there's a Gigas? Oh, I forgot about the Gigas. This is nuts. Gigas has got Jewel Breaker, which just does 330 damage to Terra Pokemon. 4 energy, does 100 damage. Cool. Plus 230 damage if the Pokemon is a Terra Pokemon, which Ceruledge EX is. So Jewel Breaker does a cool 330 damage. Just ridiculous to Terra Pokemon. That was just absolutely ridiculous. So yeah. Here's the Lugia. Here's Ultra Ball. Is that an Ultra Ball? That's a Great Ball. Never mind, folks. I thought I was commentating as if that was an Ultra Ball this whole time. It is not. But it doesn't really matter because that still has the Serena. So, like, I thought that was an Ultra Ball in the hand. Doesn't matter, though, because Thad still has the Serena and can actually discard these chops with the Serena. So, that's fine. We'll choose Archeops off of the Great Ball. And then we're going to see the Serena to discard, get these guys out of the hand, into the discard pile. And then Summoning Star to bring them back. Oh, yeah, that's a Serena to discard 3 chops. Here we go. Serena, discard a gift and 2 chops. Fill the hand to 5. So that's a draw of 3. So able to find Ultra Ball and Chinchino off of the Serenas. Got double boss in hand, too. And here we go, Summoning Star. Lugia V-Star can use its Summoning Star V-Star power to bring Archeops back to the bench for free. And then Archeops will use its Primal Turbo ability, which allows you to search your deck for 2 special energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon. But, yeah, I mean, that could just go 2 double turbo to the bench Regigigas, 2 energy to the active, and then boom, that's just a 1-hit KO right there. So, I mean, you don't need to... The base damage on Regigigas is a ridiculous... Oh! Okay, looks like Thad actually not going in with the Gigas. Deciding to go for a 2-hit KO with the Lugias. Got the Legacy Energy on the Lugia. Apparently only has 1 double turbo in deck, so can't actually do the double turbo play to the Gigas right now. So maybe prized a bunch. So we're just going to smack with Lugia here for 200 damage. And then you could set up an Aqua return here, right? With like Luminion. The Lugia having the Legacy Energy on it is nice. Could force Jack to take an odd prize. Briar, though, looms heavy. Night Stretcher to bring back another Ceruledge EX. So now 2 Ceruledge established. Fire Energy to the bench Ceruledge. And there's not many other options here in this hand. Salvatore for Sealstone, Briar. I mean, it's really just going to be a swing. And Abyssal Flame is going to deal 230 damage this turn. Still not a KO on the Lugia, which is big. Great Ball. Thad would love to find Minccino here, but does not find it. Has Squawkabilly just to get out of the deck, which is okay. And then that does have double boss in hand, as well as Iono, but it's going to Ultra Ball away Iono and Squawk, probably to go get the Minccino if I had to guess. And there it is. And we got Primal Turbo to load some energy in play, and Thad's board state is feeling really good now. Whereas I was all in on Jack with that explosive start, but now things are starting to look a lot more even. Thad going to tie the game up with this upcoming knockouts. Jack will be able to take another 2 prizes the following turn, go down to just 2 prizes remaining. But then Thad has an opportunity to go to 2 prizes remaining with Regigigas, and Jack has to have another Ceruledge built up. So that's like, that's the one pitfall that Jack needs to look out for. Jack needs to make sure that he establishes another Charcadet right here this turn. And his hand is like just all energy, right? Well, here's a Charcadet, so that's taken care of. And then there's a Salvatore in the hand. So, I mean, really, yeah, I mean, the backup Ceruledge is no problem. But you might have to Briar for the win. Oh, but this Lugia has a Legacy Energy on it. So never mind. Never mind. I forgot about the Legacy Energy. With the Legacy Energy, Jack is not going to 2 prizes, going to go to 3 if he knocks out the Luminia or the Lugia. So that Legacy Energy is really disrupting the prize trade here. But then Jack could win with the Briar the following turn, if he's able to like gust up a Luminian or something like that. If there's like a counter catcher there, you could go counter catcher Luminian Briar game, right? Something like that. So it is still possible, but the legacy energy is making life quite difficult. Jack has got Pheasantipity EX in hand, but can't play it because the bench is full. Earthen Vessel reveals there's only one fire energy in the deck. So Jack will grab it, put it into his hand. Fire to the bench Charcadets. Still fire in hand, though, so not totally out of fire energy. And then Abyssal Flame will take a single prize card because of Lugia's legacy energy. And then here comes the Gigas. Thad's got a double turbo energy off the prizes. Slap that straight to the Gigas. Beautiful, just how you read it up. Primal Turbo. I think I see 2 energy left in the deck. And those are both going to go to the bench Chinchino. The game is kind of writing itself now for Thad. It's his game to lose. This Jewel Breaker is going to do 310 damage to this active Terra Pokemon, and then he's building up the Chinchino on the bench, which can use Special Roll to take another big one-hit KO back-to-back turns. So Jet Energy can ensure that nothing's going to get stuck, and Double Boss in hand means that Luminian, Squawkabilly, all that is going to be easy targets for the Chinchino to pick off. So long as Thad isn't the victim of like a Briar countercatcher play, then Thad is one more attack away from victory. Can Jack piece it together? Can Jack piece together Briar countercatcher? Pheasantipity EX goes down. And then Jack just kind of eyeing up the discard, seeing what resources he has. Suing Heavy Ball again. Let's see. There's Boss in the prizes. Carmine. It's not helping us here because you need to be able to Briar and Gust in the same turn. Since that is on 2 prizes remaining, Briar is live. Flip the script to draw 3. I don't think there is countercatcher in the deck. There are only 3 cards remaining. Concealed cards, discard Jet, draw 2. And there's the Night Stretcher that Thad needs in order, or that Jack needs in order to attack. Night Stretcher can bring back Ceruledge. And we see Jack kind of weighing things out. Is there a way to win without Briar countercatcher? You do have the Briar knockout. I mean, so you can do that and take an additional prize against the Regigigas, but Legacy Energy is just carrying so hard right now, giving Thad that necessary time to make this comeback. Boss's orders on Luminian, and that's Abyssal Flame. And Thad takes the win, the only 5-0 player here at Full Grip Games. That is going to take home $110 store credits. Congratulations to Thad, your winner here on this lovely Wednesday night. GG's to Jack and all of our other players here at League Nights. It was a lot of fun to watch. We had some great games, and hopefully you all enjoyed getting to watch this League Night that we have. If you're into this, if you're having fun watching the Full Grip Games League Nights, guess what? We're running it back tomorrow night with Gym Leader Challenge League Night here at Full Grip Games. Same time, same place, starting at about 6 p.m. Eastern time. We had 21 players tonight. Thad is your only undefeated 5-0, taking home $110 store credit. Second place will get $85 store credit. And then third and fourth are going to get $60 store credit. Again, only at Full Grip Games. So make sure to check out FullGripGames.com for all the best Pokemon trading card game singles and sealed products. Shopping at FullGripGames.com directly supports the content that I create here on Tricky Gym, allows us to continue doing cool stuff like what we're doing right here. Allows me to have a studio with a custom graffiti background and heating and air conditioning, right? Like, it's because you guys support the shop at Full Grip Games, so thank you. And thank you for being patient with me while I get the new setup up and going. 2025 is going to be an awesome year, but it's really just getting started for me as far as the content stuff goes. So I appreciate your patience while I get all that rolling. It's been a lot of work, but it has been very, very satisfying so far. Shoolin says, give us a tour of the studio. Well, if you'd been here for the beginning of stream, then you would have been able to see that. Because I did give a little tour. The studio is still very much in progress right now, though. It's like it's messy beyond there. I can show you this cam, though. Let me check this out. I can cut right there, and that way you could see all my setup. You can see my switcher. This is like where I call the shots. I can switch between here and here. That camera's a little overexposed right now, but that's fine. Boom. Yeah, you can see all this stuff. You can see my little joystick monitor where I check all the feeds, camera, all that. So anyways, thank you guys all so much for a wonderful stream. First stream in the new studio space. I'm just so excited about it. Can't wait to continue creating in this space now that I feel like I finally have a home. Of all the spaces that I've ever created in, all of them felt like temporary. This one finally feels like a home. So I'm just beyond grateful and beyond excited to finally have a real space to create in. So it's really cool, and can't wait to start making new videos here, because that's what this has all been working towards. So I'm recording another video with Heather tomorrow morning for the new Tricky Hideout YouTube channel. If you're into casual, fun Pokemon TCG content, then look out for that, because it's going to be a lot of fun. But we don't talk about standard or GLC or any of that on Tricky Hideout. So if you're mega standard pilled and you don't like goofy, silly, fun stuff, then Tricky Hideout, that's not going to be for you. But if you're into the silly, fun stuff, then Tricky Hideout will be quite fun. So anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you all so much for a wonderful stream, and congratulations to Thad for the win.